Hi, it's Marilee Mazza, and I'm president of the Colorado Community Rights Network, and was also one of the people who was the organizer of the Coloradans for Community Rights, the issue committee backing ballot initiative number 40. That was our second attempt to get a community rights amendment to the Colorado Constitution on the ballot. We tried earlier in 2014. At that time, we had an all-volunteer force. We may have gotten 4,000 signatures. This year, we also had an all-volunteer force, and we got close to 20,000 signatures. Not enough to make ballot, to get our amendment on the ballot, but we're still out there. We're still working on what our next steps are, of which we have many. One of the interesting things about this year is the industry has been running, oil and gas industry has been running ads on television for 2 years in fear of ballot initiatives. And they are still running initiatives. We didn't make the ballot. There were several others that did not either, directly related to fracking. Ours was related to community rights and giving communities control over their own destiny. None of them made ballot, and the industry is still running ads. That tells me the industry is afraid of a grassroots group, as well they should be. We're seeing this happen at Standing Rock in North Dakota right now with the Native tribes. They should be afraid in Colorado. But the movement is going to get bigger. The movement is going to get more consolidated. More people are waking up, and when they do, we could have a Standing Rock right here in Colorado.
I realized I could even have a small team and be more effective than the one that takes a seat or stand and you more confident.
Yeah, he's a snowboard instructor, and for fun he races on those 100-pound bike races.
Hello, my name's John Lamb, and I'm a member of East Boulder County United, as well as a member of Colorado Community Rights Network. And I participated in gathering petition signatures for our state amendment. And it's very hard to pick one thing that I like the best or that I value the most in this campaign. The people I met, the opportunities I got to speak about community rights and the situation that we find ourselves in today with no power to do much of anything in a community. But I think the biggest thing that comes to mind right now is that I'm so thankful that I understand the problems that communities have being powerless, and by understanding it, then I can see the rest of the world in a certain frame that helps me understand what's the next thing to do. And I also have been blessed with the knowledge that this is a movement and will take a long time to reach even temporary solutions. This is going to be a long time, and I'm here for the long run, and I'm so happy that I understand that. This is the first time in my life that I realize that this is going to take a long time. All of us need to keep working on and moving forward, and we can do it.
We don't want to just recycle it, and we don't have to. So make some notes. I'm Diane Field, volunteer coordinator and signature gatherer for our ballot initiative. I think.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Camp, and I got involved with CCR and petitioning just during the summer. And as soon as I heard about it, I was very, very interested in being involved because I think being fully engaged in your community is one of the most important things you can do. Local level politics is insanely important, and just being part of the community and educating others who may or may not know about it was really empowering and encouraging for me, and kind of showed me a perspective I didn't have before about how people react to these things and what kind of grinds people's gears. CCR petitioning was a very broad spectrum ballot initiative, and so talking with different people was really interesting to see what different people are passionate about in different areas.
Okay, 100 to 249. 100 to 249.
Hi, my name is Libby, and I've had worn a number of different hats in the community rights campaign in Colorado. I helped the proponents of the initiative walk their proposal through the Legislative Council's review and comment hearing and the title board's hearing process. And when we were appealed, I wrote the briefs at the Colorado Supreme Court to establish that the Colorado Rights Amendment was presenting a single subject for the voters of Colorado to evaluate, and that the title board had done their job correctly in preparing a clear title for that initiative. After we obtained the Supreme Court's go-ahead, my role shifted and I became a signature gatherer along with, I think we had 250 volunteers throughout the state of Colorado. And that was a really tender experience of citizenship for me. It gave me an opportunity to talk to my fellow citizens about something I really care about, something I'm very concerned about, which is the status of our democracy. What we were attempting to put before the voters is a proposal to open up a space for local democracy to flourish again. You know, our country began with local democracy. If you think of the iconic Boston Tea Party, it was when the king and the parliament cracked down on the colonists in response to the Boston Tea Party and said you can only meet if the royal governor first approves your agenda, that the colonists gathered together, wrote the Declaration of Independence, and began the process of the Revolutionary War. The first complaint against the king in our treasured Declaration of Independence refers to that instance where the king had violated the colonists' own local laws. So what we believe is that democracy means the most when it's in our own community, when we can look our neighbors in the face, have heart-to-heart conversations about what we care about, and come together with a vision to move toward. And the vision that we are making possible, if we were to succeed, is that in a local community we could identify the rights we have, our inherent inalienable rights that we have as we understand them, and also the rights that nature has in an inalienable way, just by existence. A tree has a right to be, or we should say the forest, not particularly an individual tree, but the fact that we have trees that are healthy should be accorded rights, and that we can make these local rights more important in some situations than the rights of corporations that would destroy those rights. We think that's important, both in terms of the original idea of democracy that I believe we inherited from the indigenous peoples of this land, although we haven't treated them well. But I think the original impulse of democracy almost came up from the land through them to us in the form of the Declaration of Independence. So it's important for us to renew democracy, and it's important to open a space where local people can acknowledge the rights of nature. That's important because it's the only way, really the only way that local people can protect nature within their communities. For more information, contact Colorado Community Rights Network online, or go to the Community Environmental Legal Defense Fund and look at some of the resources there. Thank you.
And 1,000 or more. Libby.
Hi, my name is Richard Bloom. I'm a retired teacher. I taught at social studies at Thornton High School, and I joined the Community Rights Initiative because I have come to the realization, probably late in life as opposed to when I should have, having been a social studies teacher, that our duopolistic political system is corrupted irreparably and cannot heal the current system, which is profoundly working for a 0.001% of the population. The Constitution is compromised severely. The professionals in society are basically supporting this corrupted system because, as I believe it was Upton Sinclair said, that it's hard to learn if you're being paid or privileged not to, or words to that effect. At any rate, there are a lot of people in the society that are secure, or at least they think they are, in light of the environment going haywire here. I don't think they're as secure as they think they are, but this all hinges in on the community rights ballot initiative ultimately, because we're destroying the environment that we depend upon for our survival. At any rate, I decided to get involved in this, even though I'm really not a political person, although I've been an activist over the years, the later years. I was involved for quite a few months in the Occupy movement, and you know, it's you either stand for something or you fall for anything, and I decided that this was the answer that we needed, the Community Rights Ballot Initiative, and I hope that I can be involved in it in the future. Thank you.
So that makes me think that when we train petitioners, if they're unfamiliar with this, we need to get them a little up to speed with the SELDF idea, the community rights idea. Everybody wanted more practice approaching people. They said they wanted to know what to say, how to say it, how to approach people.
My name is Katie Lang, and I was a petitioner circulator for CCR. And the thing I liked most about CCR was meeting diverse people that all cared about making a big impact on the local and state level. It gave me a lot of confidence talking about issues with different people and just getting everyone to care about the same thing.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Hudetz. We had an initiative we were trying to get onto the ballot, Initiative 40. It was a community rights initiative that would have given every community in the state the right to create their own laws within their community and within the boundaries of the U.S. Constitution. I enjoyed meeting a lot of people and educating them on what we were doing. Ultimately, we didn't get enough signatures, but we did touch a lot of people and we reached a lot of people. I learned I learned a lot.
On how many parts per billion of benzene our kids are breathing, and we want to start talking about who's making the decision about whether our kids should be breathing benzene to begin with. And that is a conversation that we have pushed all along the entire way. Hi, so my name is Cliff Wilming. I'm a board member of the Colorado Community Rights Network. I did a lot of the social media for the campaign for the Colorado Community Rights Amendment, and did a lot of the writing and a lot of the media work for that campaign. In terms of what we accomplished in the last year, I think it's almost too much to quantify. Really, the way that the community rights effort has always viewed the issues ranging from fracking to living wage to any other kind of environmental stuff is really as a counterforce to the systemic disenfranchisement of communities all over the country. So, you know, what we certainly attained was an expansion of that conversation, that the environment, that the living conditions all around the country are essentially a function of our access to power and decision making, which we've been held at arm's length to for a very, very long time. In terms of what I've learned the most this year, I would say that I've learned that the 1% can write laws and enact them faster than we can. I think that's a very good lesson because, of course, we're all told that we have to obey the laws, that we have to respect them, that in order to change the laws, we have to lobby the people that, of course, are in power and that they have the means to actually change those laws. But I think that the very objective and logical conclusion is as long as we obey the laws that other people are writing, definitely for institutions and corporations far removed from our daily requirements at the community level, we will be playing by their rules and defeated. So I think the long and the short of it is we have to start playing by our own rules and start writing our own laws and enforcing them. And how that enforcement takes place, I think that we ought to ask the folks at Standing Rock Indian Reservation right now.